so in love with you.
It is day number 1 of the 16-day trip, you guys. I started off in Dallas. Now, I want to talk to you guys about new construction before I really dig into this video on the Dallas new construction niche. Now, I want you guys to understand that if you are interested in purchasing a property and you want to know where the best deals are, it's going to be in the subdivisions, the new construction subdivisions that have the most inventory. The more and more inventory that the subdivision and new builders have, remember you guys, that costs them money. So if you want to find the absolute best deal, huge price cuts, massive buying incentives, super low interest rates, you have to come to new developments like I'm actually in right now, where they have way too many spec homes. Because remember this, you guys, people right now cannot afford to even buy houses. The people that are purchasing houses right now, the only people that could purchase houses are in the top 10%. And I also want you guys to understand that one of the primary reasons prices are even propped up is because the new home builders are hiding their buying incentives. Now, there's basically 4 things right now that's going on. The first thing is price cuts. So even though they're doing price cuts, there's, quite frankly, you guys, they're not even enough. Now, the second thing new home builders are doing right now to keep this show going is paying closing costs. The third thing that they're doing is they're offering interest rates well below market rate, and some of these rate buy downs cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, of which, again, you guys, is not being reported in the value like what's done in new construction. Now, the fourth thing, and this may be the most detrimental thing, new home builders right now are offering insane incentives for the buyer's agent. Just watched a video where some of the new home builders are offering a 10% realtor commission, and one of the biggest problem with that as a consumer is you can't trust your realtor. If the realtor's incentivized to sell houses of 10%, then obviously, you guys, they're probably going to be biased and not really want to negotiate on your behalf because they just want to close and get that higher commission. So there are 4 overall things. Now, quickly, I want to show you guys the stats in the Dallas area. Starting with income, the median income is only $82,823. When I punch that into our affordability calculator, the average person with no debt, so this is not even realistic, so in the most unrealistic manner, the average person in Dallas right now can only purchase a home for $275,871, and that's with a $63,000 down payment. Now, the problem with that, y'all, is the median sales price right now is $422,250. The average person's purchasing power here in Dallas is way, way, way far from being the median sales price of houses. And if you guys go back, and I highlighted here when it peaked, Dallas housing market peaked in May of 2022 at $487,500. Now that's down $65,250 for a total of 13.38%. That's existing. New homes are in way worse shape than existing homes because, quite frankly, the unaffordability and all of the stuff that the Fed is doing with quantitative tightening hasn't fully been felt yet in the economy, but it is, and it is slowly chiseling away at the lack of inventory, the lack of foreclosures, and things of that nature. When we look at the existing home market, you can see that 36.5% of existing homes have been cut in value. I'm going to do the best I can to cover multiple areas around Dallas. I'm going to throw the drone up. We'll figure out where we're going to drive. I'll start walking some communities. Let me show you where I plan on touring the Dallas area. Okay, guys, so here's the Dallas area. So where I'm going to start is I'm going to start in the Forney area, which is right around here. So I'm going to go over here. Now, after that, I'm actually going to go north of Plano to around right here, the Frisco area. So I'm going to go east Dallas, I'm going to go north Dallas, and I'm also going to go west Dallas by going a little bit west of Keller, right in this area right here. So those are the 3 main areas that I plan on covering during this Dallas tour video. And if you guys can, do not forget, for all of this effort, like this video if you want me driving around the nation, bringing this stuff to you. I mean, look at the background, you guys. This is an entire street of spec homes. And again, remember this, everything you're about to see are going to be predominantly spec homes. The more spec homes builders have, remember, the more in distress they are, and the more likely they're going to offer you completely outrageous home buying incentives. incentives. Okay guys, I'm gonna start with Forney in the Falcon Ridge subdivision. I gotta tell you guys, I don't know how I'm gonna have enough time to cover all of Forney. When I was driving down 585, there were so many houses being built, it's absolutely crazy. But where I'm gonna start, guys, and where I'm gonna tour is the Falcon Ridge subdivision, and actually a little bit above that is an additional subdivision. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna fly, we're gonna take the drone up there, and we're gonna try to figure out where we should walk the subdivision. Okay guys, what you see right there, this is Falcon Ridge. You can see there's a lot more work to be done. Now it's very, very dangerous to purchase in areas like this because again, look at how much more work they have to do in that subdivision. You don't want to be stuck in that subdivision being the only one that purchased. So again, this is Falcon Ridge that you're looking at here. Now to the left here, you can see all of the spec homes that are about to come into view. Those are all spec homes, guys. This is basically demonstrating that this builder right here in this subdivision is potentially in massive, massive trouble. I mean, look at all those homes just right here that you can see. Look at all these homes that still need buyers. I mean, that is crazy, you guys. Now, let me pan around here so you can see the subdivision that I'm standing in right now. This is a little bit nicer subdivision. You can see this one's a little tiny bit more, you know, a little tiny bit more sold, but I got to tell you guys, most of the houses that you see right now do not have any buyers. Let me try to pan and show you guys. Let me go a little bit more to the left here. Okay, so do you see that street right there? I'd say about half of the houses are sold on that street, but the street over to the left right here, this street right here, most of these houses right there, guys, that you can see, let me fly over there real quick. Most of these houses right here, okay, they don't have anyone in these houses right here. Look at this. Look at all of these spec homes. So if I'm in the area of Dallas and I want to make sure to find a great deal, I may be going to communities just like this that have all of these spec homes. I mean, this is a buyer's market right here. We got framed houses right there. You know, we have them pouring concrete here on the left. Let me pan here. There's another subdivision. Take a look at this, guys. Look at this subdivision over here. This is an entirely separate subdivision. So what you guys see right here, right, this subdivision, this is more luxury. But again, when you purchase in something like this in the front end of a recession, right before unemployment, I mean, you're at risk of a community that fails. And look at all of these houses over here, you guys. So those houses right there, look at this. All of those houses right there are in danger. If the houses that I just showed you start plummeting and we go into a deflationary situation, the people right in front of me, those houses that are built but have people there, those are the people that are going to pay as well, because the values of the existing homes will spread into these areas right here. Okay, so, and you can see that a lot of these houses are also not being built. So when I'm looking, guys, and when I have this bird's eye view, you know, I'm asking myself, where's the lack of inventory? I don't see any lack of inventory. If there was a lack of inventory, I guess they're getting lunch behind me. If there was a lack of inventory, then we wouldn't have all these houses just sitting here. And look at all that land right there. So I think what I'm gonna do, guys, is as far as my tour, I think I'm gonna tour Falcon Ridge. I think I'm gonna go right in front of me. You guys can see that. Let me fly over there real quick so you can get a better bird's eye view of that. This is the area I'm probably gonna walk right here, which again, you guys, is Falcon Ridge. One I was driving from was called Briar Woods, price point anywhere from mid-2s to the low 300s, and what I'm in right now is called Falcon Heights. Right now, according to Lennar's website, they're offering $20,000 off on some of the houses. They're offering insane buying incentives. They're offering interest rates under market value. And you guys, let me pan around here so you can see. Now behind me are basically spec homes. And the really crazy thing, when I'm walking down here, I want you guys to understand, and you guys could do this yourself. Go to Lennar's website, go to Falcon Heights, and see how many houses they're saying are available and under construction. I believe they have 8 available and listing only 7 under construction. I could tell you guys right now, and you guys saw the drive, there's way, way more than 7 under construction. Let me pan around here real quick. I got everyone looking at me. I mean, it's the usual thing, you guys. And let me take this as an opportunity again. When you come here, you're gonna want to obviously get these homes inspected. You know, I don't know how good these people are doing, to be honest with you, and you're gonna wanna bring in a realtor so you know what incentives you should take advantage of. And when it comes to new builds like this, guys, remember the new home builders do not list all of the transactions on MLS. I see a subdivision right now that's under distress, that has way too many spec homes. There's a glut of inventory right in the front end of a recession, right in the front end of unhedged unemployment. And the thing is, who could even afford these houses? Even in the 300s, that's still crazy, you guys. You still have to make over $83,000, have no consumer debt, and over $60,000 down. I mean, who wants to waste their money on that when we can wait and get 5% back? It's really hard for me to paint a picture. And this is only 2 subdivisions in this area. There's many subdivisions you guys can't really see. But behind me, you guys, there's an overwhelming amount of subdivisions. Everyone is competing with everyone. I mean, I just don't get it. It's like there's a Starbucks on every corner. And you guys, let me pan here. There's another street. Look at this street behind me. Do you guys see that? All those houses look like spec homes. So I don't know why they only have 15 houses. Again, go to their website, Falcon Heights, Lennar, in Dallas, see how many homes are available and see how many homes are under construction. It's ridiculous. It's not accurate at all. That's why you have to come here. You have to do boots on the ground to get a better idea of how desperate the builders are in the subdivision. Because again, the more desperate, the better deal you get, unless you have a bad realtor that is sold on the buyer's commission. So remember, you guys, typically places like this are going to offer crazy buying incentives for your realtor. Unfortunately, what that does is it can create a bias for the professional that's representing you, because they're going to want you to close the deal and get on with it. Behind me, there's probably, what would you say, 15 houses under construction, and then we just walked from another 15 houses under construction, and then let me turn again. You could see over there under construction. So I don't know, guys, you let me know what you think, but I kind of feel like we need more regulation and we need a lot more transparency when it comes to new construction. One important reason why that is, you guys, is unfortunately you can't count on every realtor to do a great job when it comes to new construction. Unfortunately, that's not a good thing. I'm gonna head back to the truck right now. We're gonna head to the northern Dallas region, see how many new homes we can find there, and then after that, obviously, we'll head out west. But do me a favor, again, if you have any questions about these specific subdivisions, put the subdivisions in a subject line and email me, and I'll do the best I can to get you additional information. Either way, you guys, let's pack it up and let's move on. Now I'm in the area north of Dallas called Celina. Now this place is massive, you guys. I wasn't even gonna stop here. This is a community called Cambridge. These are $600,000 to $1 million houses, and there are multiple spec homes or homes that are almost complete, and this is big dollar stuff we're talking about here, guys. I'm gonna be extremely quick. I just wanted to do a quick run around to show you guys that the inventory, that the hyper supply is in multiple price points. Take a look at this area, you guys. Look at all of that land. They still have to do development. You could see massive apartment complexes right in front of me. Let me turn this around so you guys could see. Look at this, all of that land still. You have all of those houses, those are sold, but these are the $1 million big houses right here. Let me see if I could get better view for you guys. Look at all those spec homes, you guys. That is insane. Do you really want to buy $1 million house right here and then be at the risk of the market slowing down and your neighbors not being able to move in and the whole subdivision basically going bankrupt? It is a possibility. I wouldn't want it to happen to me, but you guys, this is huge. These are real big houses. I really can't put it into words. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pack up at Mustang Lakes and we're gonna keep the party going. So I'm doing a walkthrough on a small section of Mustang Lakes. There is so much construction. Let me pan this way. This street right behind me, huge houses that are being worked on. As I'm going down here, you can see all these houses are available. And these are really nice houses. So if it's me, I'm on the sideline, I want a great deal, I have some time to wait, I'm building my purchasing power and things like that, I'll be looking at, you know, luxury places like this because they have a lot more room to fall. 100, 200,000, it may be a lot more affordable for most people. Pretty luxurious place. I mean, I'm walking through here. These sites are way cleaner. You guys can see the sites behind me. Way cleaner. They're doing a way better job in this area than I'm used to. And that's to be expected because this is a luxury community. First community I took you guys to, more than likely the average person can afford that's making $83,000. But this community right here, yeah, I don't know who can afford this, quite frankly. I know I can't afford it, or really anyone I know, because again, $1 million house at an 8% interest rate. This place, guys, is beautiful. And what I really want you guys to do is, you're in the area of Mustang Lakes, I mean, come here, take a look at this. I mean, there's so much more going on here than what meets the eye. So what I gotta do now, guys, is about 3 o'clock. I'm still in northern Dallas. I gotta jump in the car. I gotta run all the way across town to Fort Worth. I'm gonna do a walkthrough. I'll do a drone video, and we'll figure out what's going on in that area. And then at the end, I'll do a quick summary of everything that we found. All right, here's our drone shot of the Mustang Lakes area. Now, this is a luxury development right here. I mean, there are so So many houses, I can't even put this into words, and these are big, big houses. Most all of those that you're seeing are spec homes. And then look at this. This is a huge master plan community, and they still have all of this room. Now, you can see all those houses right there. I'd say maybe, you know, a few of those are sold right in front of the screen on the north right there. But look at all this land, you guys, and this is not cheap. We're talking about houses right now that are worth probably close to the minimum $600,000. So who can afford this? I mean, seriously, only the upper 1% of the US can afford this. And again, very, very risky, huge master plan, very expensive community right here. And look at all of the work they have left. So if we have any type of credit freezes, anything like that, this is gonna be one of those communities that is in potential distress. And this is going to be a luxury community if it does go into distress. I mean, look at all of that, guys. Look at that. And let me kind of show you what these, I mean, look at, you can tell how big these houses are even from the air. These are just huge houses. Very, very big houses. Really like this area. All right, so time to walk North Point, and people still don't get it. Shadow inventory. You go on the website of this builder, you're not going to be able to find all this. All behind me, you guys, all spec homes. When I turn over here, that street behind me, all spec homes as well. Well, not all spec homes, but at least homes that are under construction. And I'm gonna walk down here real quick, and I want you guys to pay attention to the right side of me. These are all homes essentially ready to go. And I want y'all to try to imagine just for a minute purchasing one of these homes, and listen to the sounds around me. I mean, purchasing one of these homes right now, basically, you know, I don't know how else to say it. You would be purchasing a house in the middle of a construction zone. That's crazy, guys. No one wants to do that, but what is even crazier to me is why are there so many spec homes? Why are they doing this? I cannot figure it out. This is not a healthy subdivision. So this is another one that's not healthy. We went to a couple that are a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more built out and sold, but this one right here, this one's nasty, you guys. If I wanted some good deals in the Fort Worth area, I'm looking at, you know, no further than this. I'm gonna be paying attention. They're already offering price cuts. They're already offering fixed rates, 2-3% under market, costing $30,000, $40,000. Paying your closing costs, crazy realtor commissions. I mean, these people wanna sell the houses. I mean, look at that, guys. All like, you know, they can't stop. Why? I need someone to help me try to understand why the heck they're doing this. So again, remember what I said, the more spec homes, the more inventory that is not sold yet, the more opportunity that you're gonna have to get a great deal, so long as you have an excellent realtor that understands how to negotiate with these builders and also understands how to look at comparable data. So I'm gonna go run across town, I'm gonna get one more subdivision, and then I'm gonna wrap this thing up. But let me do one more. You guys see behind me? Insane, right? Even with the drone, I mean, the drone is very useful. It's gonna tell us like how much is being worked on and how many units, and we can count that. But it's way different when you walk around here. So I would really encourage you guys, if you're in this area, come check out the North Point community, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. I mean, this is the beginning stages here. Again, front end of the recession, worst time of year to purchase. I don't know what they're gonna do. All right, let's walk Bailey Park and see what we got here. I'm getting absolutely exhausted, you guys. I've been at this for 11 hours, driven probably about 450 miles. After this, I'm gonna be looking for a hotel, and then it's off to Denver after the morning live. I may do a live in the morning, I don't know, I may just do a video. But take a look at some of the houses. I got the background so you can see it pretty good. I mean, you can see that they're ready to go. It would take a day probably to put landscape in here, and it would be considered a dwelling. But remember, they don't want to finish these houses because of the property tax and the liability, but regardless, there's still liability. You don't want to have this many spec homes. I mean, I don't understand it. And remember, you guys, probably a substantial amount of this is shadow inventory, not listed on MLS, Zillow, Census, really anywhere. And you guys can see, I'm just gonna go to the end of the street right here so you can see, you know, the sheer amount of money that's being put in. This is just a kind of a smaller one, a little bit more in the price point of normal people, unlike Mustang Lakes. Mustang Lakes was just so incredible because it's just the amount of money that they must have poured in a community like that, absolutely outrageous. And I'll tell you another thing that would be outrageous, and that would be being the first person to buy a house in here. I'll pan in a minute here. I'm trying to work the sun and also not get hit by a car. But take a look at the street behind me. I'm blinded by the sun. Look at that. Just incredible, isn't it? Isn't that just incredible? If you're in construction or you work for a new home builder, you guys explain to me why they're doing this. Why are they putting so many spec homes? I just don't understand it. One thing I know for sure though, is there is a lot of money and a lot of new construction right now all over Dallas and Fort Worth. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pack everything in, head to the hotel, and we'll start working on the breakdown. As you can see, I made it home after 5,300 miles and 110 drive hours. And in conclusion about Dallas, you guys, is another Las Vegas or Phoenix. There's no place like Dallas other than those two metro areas that I have ever visited that have just a really alarming rate of spec homes. And if you go into new home construction, you see right above my head that they have 10,297 new homes, which means there is a hyper supply of new homes in the Dallas and Fort Worth area. And when we compare that, you guys, to total listings according to Zillow, Dallas itself has 3,800 listings. So there is so many new home listings. Now, one thing I will note about Dallas is so far there's not that many foreclosures. In fact, when I go to Zillow, it shows us there's only 15 foreclosures total. Now, when all is said and done, when you add the short-term rental bans or the STR bans, which are Airbnbs or VRBOs, when we add all of that to the mix, I believe that Dallas is going to be one of the epicenters of the housing market crash going forward. I mean, there were multiple communities, hundreds of communities that were offering insane buying incentives, counting 15% price reductions, 4 and 5% fixed rates, and bonuses for the realtors. In my eyes, there's no question that Dallas is one of the areas that is going to be hit hard by the housing market downturn. And depending on the subdivision, you're going to be able to get potentially the deal of your dreams. But one thing I always want to bring to your attention is make sure to get several home inspections. And if you guys can, let me know that you like this video. I'm completely exhausted. Next step is going to be Denver. I'm going to also put out a Dallas rental market video that I happen to make, but sit tight for Denver. And if you can, comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video, the techniques, the drones, everything, you guys. And again, like the video for all the effort. And other than that, I really hope you guys got some additional value, insights, and perspective on the Dallas housing metro area. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.